I'm Tyler.
I'm Shorty.
I'm Ava.
I'm Miles.
I'm Kara.
Yo, this is Reno.
Hello, I'm Brandy.
They call me Pride Slayer.
I'm Bon Manuel.
And we are the Inner Idiot.
Podcast you're about to listen to has crude language, violence, and other things you probably shouldn't let your children listen to. Please enjoy.
We just fucking fall behind and nothing gets done. See? That's why I gotta stay on top of you. Now we're recording. Yeah, drop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, because it ain't wet from sweat. And we ain't done yet. Welcome to Inner Idiot Podcast, where we just want to touch your insides. And when I say we want to touch your insides, we just mean tug on your heartstrings. People, don't be gross.
Don't
okay?
be dirty.
Don't be dirty. Don't
That's
be gross.
our job.
Damn straight. I am your host, the big, the bald, the beautiful, the brash, the bumbling, and oftentimes bastardly MC Tyler Havlin. I talk slow and I walk slower and I completely forgot my intro. That's okay.
Because that's how he rolls. Two claps and Ric Flair.
Woo! Next up, he is the Lord that's never bored, the commander of the comic books. He's been pecking kitty and grabbing titty since 1991. He ain't got a shirt on, and that's just for you, ladies. Two claps and Ric Flair for Lord Shorty, fresh in the flesh. Woo! And next up, they're on camera again. The Ace of Base. Or Spades. I don't fucking know. Two claps and Ric Flair for Ace. Woo! I can never remember which one I pick. So, like, it probably changes.
Do you have one you prefer? Do you want to be the Ace of Spades or the Ace of Base?
I don't care.
I mean, they play the bass, so I think that's why I go with that one.
Word. I'm here for it. I like it.
But we also found something else we really like hearing, and it's a tonberry. Can you say it? Say it. Just say it. Adjusting the humidity levels.
Adjusting humidity levels.
It's so great.
What?
Yeah.
The fuck?
It's in Final Fantasy Rebirth when you go to Golden Saucer. You walk into your hotel room in the ghost hotel, and there's a little Tomberry that sneaks up on you, and he sprays mist, and he says, "Adjusting the humidity levels." He's the cutest little thing ever, and then he says, "Retribution is at hand."
Oh, fuck.
It's
Hell
fucking
yeah.
great.
Berries.
Yeah, Tomberries is like their new favorite thing.
Good. That's all right. I can get down with that.
All right, so you have something you want to discuss today.
Yes, because he is one of the sole creators of my childhood and a lot of other people's.
Yeah.
On March 1st, in the year of our Lord 2024, Akira Toriyama was robbed of us, or robbed from us. He is now celebrating with King Kai.
King Kai.
You didn't watch Dragon Ball or any Dragon Ball Z, so you have no idea.
I've watched some of it, okay? But I couldn't get past how long the fights are, but I think I can now.
You can because that has been redone.
Well, also, I watched this other anime that I will admit it was a very cheesy anime.
Which was?
It was called The Way Kuroko Plays Basketball, or The Way Kurochi Plays Basketball.
Okay.
And it's an anime about kids playing basketball, and one basketball game is like 8 episodes long. So I can no longer justify not watching an anime where a fight is like 4 or 5 episodes long.
Well, the reason why they did that, and you're specifically talking about the Frieza saga, the reason why they did that is they caught up to the anime, and Akira Toriyama hated the idea of filler episodes. So instead of breaking the fight up and going somewhere else to tell another story, he just said no, whatever, while the studio had an obligation to produce 1 episode per the week. So a normal episode of anime consists of 3 mangas. So they would take 3 manga books, compress it, boom, you have 1 episode of anime.
Is that every anime?
I don't know about every, but majority.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. I don't know exactly the process. And I don't read manga anyway, so.
This one does.
Right. A little bit. But anyway, they turned what was 1 or what was supposed to be 3 issues of manga into one anime, they turned one issue into one episode.
Okay.
And that's why it seems so long and so drawn out.
So you're telling me these fights, every manga book, it took like 4 or 5 mangas to get through one fight?
Yeah, apparently.
I feel like that would drive me nuts more than the anime.
I agree.
Because in turn, whereas you can watch it and you're getting different flashes, right? But the manga, if you're waiting for it to come out and you're just reading about the first part of the fight and you know it's gonna like, dude, that's a month long.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware.
Wait.
Oh, I know.
That would drive me up a fucking wall.
I was watching the Frieza saga when I was a kid as it was airing on Toonami, just like glued to my fucking TV. And then I guess I was a teenager. They came out with Dragon Ball Z Kai, which is like the condensed version and like how it's actually supposed to, like, the pacing is correct or whatever. And in Dragon Ball Z, the first 140 episodes are from the time Raditz hits ground to the time Cell dies, which is a lot. But then when Dragon Ball Z Kai comes out, it's literally 75 episodes. So they cut it damn near in half.
Okay.
With Dragon Ball Z Kai. So you can get Dragon Ball Z Kai on Crunchyroll, Funimation, whatever the fuck it's on, and just watch it.
Here's my other two beefs with Dragon Ball. I got 2 more with them.
Okay.
1, the characters I like all suck.
Who do you like?
Krillin, Tien, Yamcha. They're all just like.
Krillin's cool. I like Krillin.
He's cool.
And I like Tien too.
But they get their ass beat all the time. All the time.
So Krillin is arguably the strongest human on the planet.
He's a midget, which makes it even better.
Yeah, sure. Cool beans. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck Tien is, but I don't think he's human because he's got the third eye and I've never seen anybody else with it.
I've got a third eye.
Shut up,
It's a
Tyler.
different color from my other 2.
I know, it's fucking brown and it looks like shit.
It probably smells like shit too.
Wouldn't never been down there.
But you could imagine.
I don't wanna.
Oh, okay.
No. Anyway, Akira Toriyama also created the characters and likenesses for the Dragon Warrior and Dragon Quest games.
Okay.
And also helped co-write this story and drew all the characters and likenesses for Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. And he also helped with the character designs and stuff for the first 3 Final Fantasy.
Really?
Yes. He did not. I don't know if he's credited on it, but there is notes in one of his biographies talking about how he did help with the creation of the Final Fantasy characters.
So he had his hands in everything. Great.
Everything.
That is
Everything.
awesome. The other thing that drove me nuts is the power levels.
Power level in I don't give a fuck anime is just bullshit.
I mean, it really is.
Sorry, Dominique. I'm gonna make it happen.
Oh, let's give a quick shout out to those joining us live. Hey, Sarah Demlow. Hey, Dominique Ashcraft. Nice to have you guys on. We're nerding it out a little bit right now, but all right, go ahead. Power levels on all animes are bullshit. I somewhat agree.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to somewhat agree. And people who try to explain it are fucking dumb. Like, it does not matter when an MC shows up, main character, fucking out of left field. He's like, "Oh, I've been training for 6 months," and there's this other guy who's been training for 50 years, and he's like, "No, I'm the best," and fucking. This like 16-year-old douchebag comes in. He's like, punch. Nah, fuck you, dude. Power levels are dumb. It's all based on whose fucking hair is the prettiest.
It really is. I could never be a great anime character. I don't have hair.
You know, they made an anime character for you, bro.
One Punch Man.
That's damn right.
And again, power level is weird as fuck in that.
Saitama. Dude, I love that show. You've seen it,
We
right?
watched it together in Cleveland.
We did watch it.
Because remember, I was like, I don't like it. And you're like, no, let's watch it. And I watched it, and I was like, oh, now I want to watch the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because he's bald.
And it's fucking funny, dude.
It is. It's hilarious. But, all right. Well, derailed again. There's a part in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth where there is a bar just for the bald people, and they have their own salute.
Oh my god.
And it was great, and one of the Turks goes to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so this brings about today's top 5 that we did on the fly, people. Top 5 notable people we don't want to see the world lose.
Celebrities or otherwise.
Yeah. So go ahead. Open. Do you have a list this time? Were you able to come up with it?
That's right, Sarah.
One, give me a second.
You have one?
I'll find more.
You have a list of one?
All right. We'll let Shorty go.
I'll just tease
That's
it.
not a list. That's just a name. All right. Go ahead, Shorty.
In no particular order. Well, number one's going to be my number one, who I don't want to lose by any if and or buts. If I could keep them immortal, I would. So starting off randomly for the other 4, Mike King is a comic book writer, and he has written some of the best stories in the last 15 years of comics that I've ever read. He does a lot of mental health awareness when he writes his stories. So you see a lot of his characters and stuff go through struggles and whatnot. And it's really cool. And he's an excellent writer. I love reading everything he does. Next up is Clayton Crane. He's a comic book artist.
He's got a cool ass name too.
Fuck yeah, he does. And he's
What's your
specifically
name? Clayton.
Yeah.
Like Clayton isn't already making pussy wet, right? And they're like, well, what's your last name? It can't be cool too.
Crane.
It's like, okay, here's the keys to my heart.
That's right. He's known for working on Swamp Thing and other horror-based comic books.
This one likes Swamp Thing.
You like Swamp Thing? It's good. I got a good story for you to read. I'd have to
find it.
Yeah, I'd have to find it in the menagerie that is my collection. Next up is James Tynion. He worked on notably the DC Rebirth's The Flash and then the DC Universe in 2018's Batman. And he's an artist and a writer, but he'll do one or the other depending on the scenario. But he's an amazing writer and he's an amazing artist. Go check out fucking 2016's The Flash comic book and 2018's the Batman 101 through 143, I think, is when he stopped writing.
Here's what's funny, and this is just coincidence because we had no idea we were coming in here talking about what we were talking about today. But I'm driving to pick up my youngest kid from school yesterday.
Okay.
Right? And on the way there, I'm like, man, we should make a Shorty and Tyler comic book that centers around the show, but it has like other struggles in our lives in it. Right? It's
going to be a big old fucking Blunt Man and Chronic book. You know that, right?
I don't care. Dude, it would be awesome.
I feel like Kevin Smith might get a little issue, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Why? We're not Blunt Man and Chronic. We don't partake in the devil's lettuce. But I feel like this would be, dude.
No, I don't fucking dude. I don't do drugs.
You made that face.
I know. I was fucking with you.
Oh.
I got you.
You got me. But I feel like an Inner Idiot comic book would be fucking grand. Sarah Dimlo says she's Batman, and we cannot really prove her otherwise.
Yeah, but I would just ask her to prove it.
Yeah, but if she was Batman, would she prove it?
When were you born?
All right, go ahead. Who's next on your list?
Number 4, and probably most notably, other than my number 1, is Jim Lee, who is a comic book artist who started with Marvel back in the day, then split away to create Image Comics, and then later went to DC. He started off writing or drawing X-Men, and he created a handful of characters throughout his years through the X-Men and other comic books. And then he basically revitalized everybody's love of Batman in the early 2000s all the way to current. Because when you see a picture of Batman just randomly, you look at it and you're like, that's a fucking Jim Lee. Like, everybody knows Jim Lee's work when they see it. I have a ton of Jim Lee's memorabilia. How this stuff is signed by Jim Lee here on the table. Like, I fucking love him. He's an amazing artist. And he was born right up in Ohio.
Really?
Yep. He was born and raised. My number one, however, the most important person on this planet that I do not want to lose is Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh, that's a good one.
I would cry my eyes out if this man passed away.
You better learn how to play that accordion you got if you.
God, I love this man. My mom, I never knew who Weird Al was, but my mom would pick on my sister by making parodies of my sister's favorite songs or whatever, and then I would join in. I would start making up words or whatever. Well, my mom bought me a Weird Al cassette.
Do you remember which one it was?
I think it's Bad Hair Day or Poodle Hat. I can't remember which one.
My first Weird Al album was VHS.
VHS. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. But my mom, I think it's Bad Hair Day because it's the one with a complicated song, Trigger Happy, Rotten, Angry White Boy Polka. Yeah. But mom gave it to me and I sat, we have a cassette player downstairs in the kitchen and I sat on the counter and I'd listen to it nonstop until I learned every word to every song. I fucking love Weird Al. I've seen him in concert now twice and I've hugged him once.
What was the concert like?
Oh, dude, it's great. It is a theater performance.
Is it?
Yes, because he's going in and out and backstage, always changing, and he'll put up clips from TV shows and stuff that he's either voiced characters for or appeared as himself in things. And he'll play those while he's going back to change and then come back out and start singing songs and stuff like that. It's great. It's a fun fucking show. If he ever comes back, we're going.
Did you watch the movie? The Weird Al movie?
The UHF?
No. The movie. The
one. Weird. Yeah. Weird.
It was so great.
I fucking love it. And Daniel Radcliffe did a fucking great job.
Such a good job.
Yes. That whole fucking movie. Dude, I was in tears laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. And also UHF. Have you seen UHF?
Yeah. I didn't know it was a movie when I got the soundtrack.
Really?
I thought it was just out, and then I was like, I really like this guy. I think I got it off of a Columbia House thing.
Yeah.
Where you get 10 CDs for a penny, and then you never fucking say anything again, and then you just accrue debt through Columbia House.
Yeah.
So at 10, 11 years old, I had fucking debt I didn't know about.
That's awesome.
But yeah, and it was all thanks to Weird Al. Metallica, I got a Metallica album too. It was black. I got black. Mm-hmm. But all right, Ace, did you get a list?
I got 3 people.
That's enough.
That's a list.
More than one makes a list, or is it more than 2?
More than 2.
Okay, more than 2 makes a list. Who you got?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
We're sitting at the house. Ace has their phone in their hand. And they say, "Oh my God, women!" And I'm like, "What is it?" I said, "What? What? Rhea Ripley, Dad?" Like, "Oh yeah." They're like, "This should be illegal."
I don't know who Rhea Ripley is.
You're missing out on life. You like the goth girls. You're missing out on life. How are you with muscle mommies, though?
I could take her. I would say I could take them or leave them, but they could probably take me. So
yeah,
I'm here for it.
We're gonna have to show you Rhea Ripley on the break because chef kisses.
Word.
All right, who else you got? I'm so proud of you. You're a degenerate like your dad.
Jesus. Great. Another one.
I forgot.
Oh my God.
There's 3 and you forgot? How do you forget 3 names?
I have bad memory.
All right, who's next?
The Sleep Token homies.
Like all of them is one, we're combining them? Okay.
They're
Just Sleep Token in general. Got it.
How big is their body of work?
I think they have 3 albums.
3 albums and
5 or
2
6
EPs and
5 or 6 singles, I think.
Yeah.
Well, so to me, because
including a cover of Hey Ya.
Do they really?
sad.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. I'm sitting there driving down the road and it comes on and I'm like, I know these lyrics. And I look at my phone and I'm like, What in the actual fuck?
All right, so on the break, you're gonna have to pull that up for me.
Okay.
And then I'll pull up Rhea Ripley for you.
Okay.
And I'm sure Rhea Ripley will pull us up. All right, who's next on your list?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. is a good one. I really like this one too because he shows that like you can recover. Because he was on
He's a good redemption story.
very good redemption story, and he's a fucking like all his work. He is a genius.
I just watched Tropic Thunder again.
Did you?
the other day. I fucking
It's
love.
tropic.
What?
Yeah, that's what my mom told me.
Fucking dissing your mom. It's Tropic, hun.
It is tropic. You never go full retard, Tori.
You know.
But it makes
was
sense to
told.
call it tropic.
That's so funny. I'm so glad you said that. That makes me happy. And you're not dumb, honey. Your mom is.
She might watch this.
I don't
My
care.
sister might watch this.
Huh?
My sister's.
What's that got to do with it?
I don't give a fuck.
Hi, Libby Lou.
You're mispronouncing stuff. Stop teaching your kids how to mispronounce things.
All right, we're gonna go to break before I hit my top 5. So if you want to hear it, you got to listen in.
Golly, we
this
are a lot
coming
of time.
Thursday. Yeah. So we're gonna take a pause for the calls, pay the light bills. We'll be right back.
Ah, wrong fucking button.
And we're back. Look, I almost women.
Whispering.
And now it's time for my top 5. And then the I have an honorable mention that I just learned about that I never want the world to lose. And that is Power Midget 69 from Instagram. They are not a midget, they are just very short. And
They're my muscle mommy of choice.
it was magnifique. All right, anyways, here's
You're welcome for that.
Yeah, thanks. Here's my list of top 5 people I don't want to lose. Number 5 is a tie between Keanu Reeves and Chuck Norris. And that's because with Betty White gone, those are the two we have left to protect this world from its undoing. Keanu Reeves, Chuck Norris. They have to shoulder the burden that Betty White left. They have to fill the void. They're doing an all right job of it, but she had big shoes to fill. Proverbial big shoes. So, number 4, you're not gonna know this one. Why are you looking at me like that?
Go ahead, Ty. I have lousy opinions. Continue. Go ahead.
You don't like either one of them?
No. I like Keanu Reeves.
You don't like Chuck Norris?
No,
Why?
because I never cared for anything he's ever done.
When I was a kid, I loved Chuck Norris. As an adult,
Walking Texas Ranger sucked.
Walker Texas Ranger was so awful.
I know. It was terrible. And then everything I've ever seen him do has been less than mediocre.
This is true. He was a very...
And everyone's like, oh, man, the Expendable movies are great. I'm like, the Expendable movies are testosterone for no reason.
And he's barely in them.
I'm aware.
But, yeah.
But when he showed up and made his own jokes, I was like, fuck this guy. I'm over it.
He didn't write his part. for
I
that.
understand. And no, he didn't write his jokes either.
Yeah.
But like,
What if he did? What if all the Chuck Norris jokes he actually wrote?
then I hate him even more.
I love him even more. All right, number 4 on my list. You're not going to really know this one. You might know the name, but it's Joe Burrow.
Get out.
Quarterback for the
Ace is
Cincinnati
upset.
Bengals. Yeah, it's because I'm talking
disappointed in you.
sports ball, I guess. And here's the thing. I have not completely drank the Joe Burrow Kool-Aid. I don't think he's the best quarterback in the NFL. But what he has done for my team and pulled my team out of the fucking hole that they have been in my entire fucking life, pretty much, is like...
You're in the Bengals?
Huh?
You're in the Bengals?
Yeah. I own Bengals jerseys. I'm part of that goddamn team, okay? That's how I'm going to say it.
He was
I don't-
born here. He's a
Don't
part of
give
the
a shit.
team.
That's my team.
Okay.
Next up, number 3 on my list is Dua Lipa. She is an amazing singer.
Yeah.
I love her work. I love her body of work, and I love her body. But if Dua Lipa ever leaves this world before I get a chance to confess
Somebody else I gotta Google.
my undying love for her, then I'm gonna be very sad. Cause she's magnificent, and her songs are good too. Like her songs are what drawn me to her.
She's very pretty.
All right, next up, she's very awkward too, which is great.
Good. Next
up is Michael J. Fox, and this one is pretty much a serious note because I make a lot of Parkinson's jokes, a lot. But
and you want those jokes to be funny for a long time, so he has to stay alive so we can keep making them.
That, and he's a fucking amazing human being. He really is.
I haven't followed him enough to know.
Amazing human being. I have not given to a lot of charities, but his charity is one that I give to at least once a year. Mm-hmm. I mean, partially because I make a lot of Michael J. Fox jokes.
And you I need to pay my reparations?
Yeah, I gotta pay I gotta hedge my bets. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of those people that he's so good for the world. He does so much good. There's nothing negative you can say about him. Everything he's in, it was great. Growing Pains, Back to the Future. I can't remember the name of the movie, but he was a male. He worked in the mailroom and worked his way. It was great. And then he had The Frighteners. That was amazing. Such an it was buried at the time because it came out along with something else. But The Frighteners is a really good movie. It's like a horror comedy. What?
Nothing. I'm just fucking with Ace.
But it was extremely good movie. And then Spin City was great.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It was one of those few late 90s, early 2000s sitcoms that would come on late at night, but it was good. He was basically the PR guy for the mayor and shit, and it was amazing. And number one on my list is Joe I can't say his name.
We just went over this.
I know, Joe Manganiello. Manganiello. And it's not so much that
Joe Magnifique.
Yeah, we'll call him Joe Magnifique. I mean, he is magnificent looking, but
I'd hug the fuck out of him.
I'd hug him so hard. I'd probably get a boner, bro. Have you seen him without a shirt on?
Weird flex.
Who cares? It's not so much that I love him per se, but I like what he personifies.
Sure.
Because he's you look at him and he is a physical specimen, but at his heart he is a nerd.
Yeah.
He has been a huge part of D&D becoming bigger, and he hosts his own D&D games. I think most of our listeners know what I mean when I say D&D. It's Dungeons and Dragons. For those of you people that don't love us nerds,
unless it's before 8 a.m., then it's don't disturb.
Yeah, do not disturb. Yeah, him. And what's funny is though, do you remember the original? I'm sure there was Spider-Man for this, but when I say the original Spider-Man movies, I mean
he was Flash.
Yeah, and he looks completely different.
He looks so tiny.
It's not just he doesn't look attractive in it. I don't know,
rude.
I'm just saying, but him then to him now, the growth has been.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He's a fucking butterfly. All right. Wow, we talked about a lot of good looking people in this episode. Yeah. Speaking of good looking people, this episode is going to come out 2 days after my birthday. So, happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Yay. And that's my list.
You'll get one. I'll say it to you when it gets here.
I'm sure you will. That's my list. That's what I got. So, yeah. I don't know where we go from here.
Fuck, I don't know, man. I'm just here for the ride. Ace, anything going on with you? Anything new? Anything fun? Anything exciting? You got comments, questions, concerns?
No.
Nothing?
Are you going to write your local government official about anything going on lately?
No.
No?
Any other words you mispronounced because you're Bob?
All of them.
Probably.
I really want to know what Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think that's what she.
You know what's fucked up is they say the name in the movie.
I don't know.
So
I watched it
And now, if she's saying it to be funny because Tropic
Maybe.
Thunder fits, that's great.
Sure.
But if she's really saying Tropic Thunder because it's Tropic Thunder.
And be aware that I am not making fun of you at all for this.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun of your mom. I don't even... Have I met her?
Maybe briefly, but I'm not positive.
So
You've not had that joy and wonderment yet. She's a lovely lady.
I'll take your word for it because I have to.
Yeah.
You like your mom?
she's my mom.
She birthed her.
That is not a necessity for liking somebody. I have tons of friends who are like, I fucking hate my parents, which is sad.
If somebody asks you, do you like your dad? Is that your... he's my dad.
No, I like you.
Okay.
See, that's...
Like my mom.
You like your mom? Okay.
Sometimes.
Like, I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm sorry. Like, my bad. Especially on this. Like, it's a public forum. Like, yes, Mom, I love you.
I love you, Mom.
See?
You hear that? She loves you. They love you. All right. Bro, what? I don't know about our show sometimes.
What?
We just do whatever, and it works. People listening are probably like, what the fuck is going on in that room right now? We're all sober. Right? You're sober, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sleep deprived, but I'm sober.
You know, sleep depravity. No, that's not right.
That's your depravity.
Yeah, so what is... How would you say that? Sleep...
Deprived.
There's got to be an itty version of it. An itty version of it.
Deprived?
Yeah, deprivivity.
No, I don't think that's not how that word works. I don't think there's an itty of that word.
There's an itty of every word, okay?
No.
Itty bitty titty. Committee.
Shut the fuck up.
Creativity. Humility.
Humidity.
Adjusting the humidity levels.
Adjusting humidity levels.
I love it.
Y'all are on gas, bro.
Yeah.
Depravity.
That word.
That's depravity.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's not. Fuck.
I know. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you're. He
Yep.
is depravity.
Depraved.
Okay.
Depraved. Yes.
See, it has an itty. An itty version. Everything has an itty version.
Those are two totally different words, though. They do not mean anything near the same.
I know, but we got to figure out deprived itty version. Depravity?
No.
That's got to be depravity.
No. This is my depravity.
That's got to be it. Depravity.
No, that's not a thing.
Bro, it's got to be.
No.
Everything.
I don't know anybody smart enough off the top of my head. My mom might know the word for it. Like, if there is a word of it that exists.
We know teachers.
Do you know an English teacher?
What does he teach?
History.
It's close enough. Does he teach the history of England? English. Boom. English teacher.
No, that's not how that works either. You're dumb. You're dumb. Get the fuck out
Because
of
it's
here.
not American. It's English. We've figured this out with not MC Tyler. You're mulling it over, right?
Yes, you're right. We did discover that.
You hear that? Make a sound bite. Shorty saying, you're right. To me, to Tyler, mark this day in your history books of American history, not English history, American history.
That was your dumb fuck up, though, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Did you hear about that? Were you here for that?
They were not here for
I
that.
don't think so.
Fucking your dad's dumbass was like, why are we learning English and, history or something or other? He thought English was English history, not English the language.
No, that's not what it was. It's even worse than that.
Was it? Oh, go ahead. Tell me.
We had an English major on the show. And, English major, they learn literacy, the books, shit like that, whatever. And I'm like, well, we all speak English. Like, why you need an American history class or American? I thought English was American. At the bottom line, long story short, I thought English is American. It's not. It's
English is
English.
a language.
Yes.
That is spoken in, a lot of countries.
Yeah.
But it's not the most widely spoken language. It's like in the top. I don't even know if it's in the top 5.
I think so.
It'd have to be in the top 5. I know.
Because you got Mandarin, Spanish. Maybe
There's
it isn't.
another language in Asia that's spoken very widely.
Is there?
China has 2 different, I think, I want to say Cantonese, but I don't think that's right.
Cantonese? Cantonese.
Cantonese.
Yeah. Your knees might be able to, but mine can't.
Word.
Okay?
Word.
That's how you remember that.
Word. Word.
That's a V. Verd.
Ved.
No,
This is German.
no. We're
Ved.
not going there.
Ved. Yes.
Dad, what were you talking about that joke you made the other day about
We can't tell that on here.
what he
Oh,
talks,
why not?
We can't tell that on
but
here.
it's funny.
Why can't we tell it on here? All the jokes that I make and use and shit, like, I say shit even out in public. Ty's like, ugh, Shorty. Like, oh, like, we're going to get in trouble. We're going to get letters.
We're gonna get letters.
Bro, we're not even getting recorded right now. And you're telling me you made a joke that we can't say on the podcast? Or is it that you don't want to say on the podcast?
I can't say it. You know
Okay,
me.
what was it again?
I'm not doing it. I'm not
What
doing
was it again?
Don't worry about it.
Tell me.
I don't even remember
I'll
it.
mute them all for a second. We'll pause this. Get the fuck out of here.
So, do you know your assignment for the end of the show?
I think.
Okay, so that's all we got
No!
for today.
I don't know my.
So in the meantime,
In the betweens time.
remember, great minds think alike, but idiots rarely disagree. Now give me a glass of juice. Cue the music. We out.